13 Houston, we'd like to disable quads C and D. Use Alpha and Bravo, over.
Disable quads C and D, roger.
Okay, 13, we got Fred on TV.
Roger, Houston. What we plan to do for you today is start out in the spaceship or Odyssey and take you on through from Odyssey into the tunnel into Aquarius and show you a little bit of the landing vehicle. And your TV operator is now resting on the center couch, looking at Fred Haise, whose head is now just about at the beginning of the tunnel, and his back is against the lower optical area. And Fred will now transport himself into the tunnel and into the spaceship Aquarius.
You know, one thing I noted, Jack, when I first came across there, that starting upright in the command module and heading down in Aquarius, there's a little bit of an orientation change that, even though I'd been through it once in a water tank, is still pretty unusual. I find myself now standing with my head on the floor when I get down inside the limb.
That's a great picture, Jim. You got the light just right.
One of the nice things, Jack, particularly for a novice like myself, is the ease of moving around in here. Of course, as you know from working in the command module simulator, it's really quite a boon to have zero gravity as an aid. You get pretty confining, really, at 1G to move around very much in there, and it's quite easy in this environment. The limb, as you can see, it looked pretty clean. I found a couple of loose washers, about it, and the a little plastic cap off the sequence camera had come loose, and I found it lodged over by the ED panel. Okay, right under Jim now. He's actually standing on a what looks to be a can here, and for the sake of all the people back there, housed inside this can is the Leo Masson engine, or hopefully you can see my hand resting on top of right now. The engine that we used to get off of the moon. Immediately adjacent to the engine cover here, I have my hand on a white box now, which has been shown before. This happens to be Jim's Bliss, the backpack which will supply oxygen and water for cooling while on the lunar surface. This device we hope to make use of for a planned 4 hours and possibly up to as much as 5 hours. Right behind the Bliss, a couple of square packages I now have my hand on here. One here and one right below are our OPSs, which are in essence the emergency oxygen supplies, which are good for some 40 to 45 minutes. These are, when we get ready to mount up and head outside, will be placed up on top of the Bliss. The second backpack is mounted down on the limb floor and will positioned right between the two of us. I have my hand on it at this time.
Roger, Fred. We see it. The picture's coming through real good, and your description is good. We see Jim's got the camera oriented the way we like to look at it. So we'll keep talking.
Okay, I guess everybody is pretty much envisioned the space program as being all a lot of exotic electronics, and certainly a lot of it is. But thought I'd bring out a couple items here in conjunction with the PLIS. After the first DVA, to get a very accurate measurement of the amount of water that's left in the PLISs, we're going to make use of this bag I'm showing now to collect the remaining water out of the PLIS and see just how much we really did have left. And hopefully on future missions to be able to extend safely the allowable time on these units even a little further. And my other hand, I have the mechanism by which we determine just how much water we really have in this bag. And I guess an apt description for this device would be a fish scale. And you can see I'm weighing myself right now, and says I weigh actually less than 0 right now. Guess its calibration isn't too good.
That'll be the day.
I think even you would weigh 0 here, Jack.
Touche.
Houston, this is Jim. Since Fred's been in the Lunar Module, since he's the Lunar Module pilot, this is the first time that he's felt that he's been right side up.
Roger, Jim.
I might tell you that we're looking at right now that round bag that's just behind Fred holds our vacuum hose, that when we get back inside the lab we'll hook the vacuum off our suits, and it's resting or it's attached to the hatch which we will open to go onto the lunar surface and of course to come back in. The hatch which we have come through now is a round hatch which is our docking hatch between Odyssey and Aquarius.
Roger, and we see Fred looking in the vacuum cleaner there now.
Okay, what I have out now, Jack, is LEVA, which has also been shown before. It's a head garment for wearing out on the surface. And I'm bringing Jim's out here to show a couple of mods. One problem before is that the cast of characters out on the surface haven't been able to be distinguished apart very well. So not only Jim's suit has some red stripes on it, but as you can see, his LEVA also has a red stripe. And now you can see one other mod too here, Jack, which I hadn't really seen myself before. I guess on 12, Pete and Al had commented about having trouble with sunlight in the eyes. So on our levers, they have put on a new center section, which you can pull down and use sort of like a baseball cap.
Okay, Jack, who's fixing up my lever?
How's the detail on this one, Jack?
Say again, Fred?
Can you see any detail in this picture now, or am I blocking out too much of the sunlight?
That's affirmative. We got a good picture of the lever there, and it's coming through loud and clear.
Okay.
Okay, Jack, well, Fred's putting away my helmet. You're looking over into Fred's station now. Now, how's this picture? Is it okay before, do I have to adjust it?
We have a hunch that the setting might be in peak, but we recommend average on the AOC if you haven't got it there already.
We're in average, Jack.
Okay, and we're getting a good picture of the LMP side with the Beta over there.
Hey, Jack, one question on the command module here. I have the DAP right now, a wide deadband. Do you want me to begin setting up narrow deadband and nulling the rates to start PTC again?
Stand by, Jack.
What I'm fishing out now, Jack, is another new piece of hardware that we're taking along this time as a result of some comments made on Apollo 12 flight.
What Fred is opening up is a drink bag that we place inside of our neck ring that will allow us to drink while we're on the lunar surface. Pete and Al did not have that in Apollo 12, and they consequently got very thirsty. But we hope to alleviate that situation by having our own little bag of water, which with very little effort we can have a sip or two while we're looking around and doing our geology work.
So if you hear any funny noises, it's just probably the drink bag.
Fred, the bag's empty. Fred's now looking through our optical device. It's an instrument in which to align our platform. And Fred is now looking into it just to see what kind of an outside picture he might be able to get. We might be able to use a TV camera to look through our optical instrument to the outside of the command module. A few minutes ago, while we first came in, we did manage to look to the outside of the side hatch of the command module through our optical instrument. Stand by. We'll try and see what we can do here.
Roger, Jim. Break, Jack. We'd like you to stay in the dead band you're now in, and we'll make a change when the TV is over. Another thing we'd like you to do is check your pitch and yaw on your high gain meter so we can compare it with what we're seeing down here.
Okay, it's showing about, say, 28 degrees and 267.
20 and 267.
Showing about, say, 28 degrees and 267.
20 and 267.
28 and 267.
Okay, Jack, have you got that picture now?
Fred, about 1/4 of our screen is lighted, and it's impossible to determine what you're looking at right now. Maybe you could give us a little verbal description.
Okay, it's looking through the AOT in position 4, right rear, and we're looking back toward the over the side hatch at the aft side of the service module. Okay, is it too dark a picture, Jack? You think the f-stop open may help?
No, Fred, it's got to be centered up a little bit. That's primarily what you have to do.
Jack, we can't center it up anymore because the side hatch is only in one part of the AOT. The rest of that blank that you're seeing is really space.
Okay, we'll try another one that's a little better centered. In fact, the only other one we have that shows the whole picture. We're in the forward D10 of the AOT now, position 2. And you should be seeing something familiar like a radar antenna.
Okay, we see you moving the camera up to the AOT lands, and we got a real good picture now.
And
Okay, Jack, I'm looking out the right window now, and not too far off in the distance now, you can see the objective. And I'll zoom in on it here a little and see if it brings it in better. It's actually beginning to look a little bigger now. You can see quite distinctly some of the features with the naked eye. And so far, I guess I have to even agree with Jim that it's still looking pretty gray with white spots.
Okay, Fred, we're getting a good picture of your destination there.
And Jack, you can looking at the at Fred's workshop now, and you can see the board guidance computer. And over there, tucked away in his armrest, is our activation checklist, which we'll be using very shortly. Up at the top of the window, we have our camera already mounted, ready for the photograph of the descent. And now Fred's engaged in his favorite pastime, I found out on this flight so far.
He's not in the food locker, is he?
That's his second favorite pastime. He's rigging his hammock for sleep on the lunar surface now to try it out to see what it's going to be like.
Roger, sleeping and then eating.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult here, Jack, getting into a hammock in 0G. I'm not sure if I keep floating away from it or it keeps moving away from me.
If you notice a few things floating around, we found just about one or two washers occasionally.
And for the benefit of those that may wonder where Jim sleeps, it'd be a little difficult to rig his hammock in here right now with the hatch open, but his runs laterally in this direction, fore aft. So he has the upper berth, and I get the lower berth.
And now while Fred's taking his hammock down and restowing it, I might give you some idea of the sort of confusion of attitudes since there is no up or down, and I'm situated on top of the ascent engine just at the entrance to the tunnel. I'll reverse the camera 180 degrees and go from Fred, look through the tunnel again back at Odyssey, and we might pick up part of Jack.
There he is. We see him.
Okay, Houston, for the benefit of the television viewers, we've just about completed our little inspection of Aquarius, and now we're proceeding through the hatch again, tunnel and going back up the Odyssey.
Okay, Jim, it's been a great show so far.
And finally, Jack's let me back into the Odyssey as we slide on through the tunnel here. Houston 13, are you still on TV?
Yeah, we sure are. We got a good picture of the skipper there.
Okay, well, we can show you now a little added benefit. We've got the drogue on Fred's couch in the command module right now. We stowed it temporarily while we're checking out the Aquarius. And underneath his couch, we've got the probe stowed. Quite a big cumbersome device. And maybe we'll get a shot of it for you. You're looking now at our probe that we place on the nose of Odyssey. It's a very heavy thing, but of course in zero gravity it weighs nothing and it's much easier to move around. As a matter of fact, both Fred and Jack commented, as many people in the past have, of how much bigger the spacecraft appears in actual flight when you have such ease of movement compared to our simulators, which make training rather difficult.
Okay, we're seeing a good picture of the probe there, Jim, and looks like the character's shaved before the show this time.
Well, Fred said he had to keep up his TV image.
Yeah, that may be my first and last time, though, Jack.
It took Fred 1 hour to shave. We might give you a quick shot of our entertainment on board the spacecraft, which has been keeping us company for some time. Odyssey while it's playing the theme from 2001. And of course, the tapes would be complete without Aquarius.
Okay, Jim, we're seeing a tape recorder now, and just by the way, how long do you expect to keep the TV on this evening?
Well, whenever you stand by one.
Yeah, I got him with the Kevin repress valve again there, Jack.
Every time he does that, our hearts jump in our mouth. And Jack, anytime you want to terminate TV, we're all set to go.
Okay, Jim, it's been a real good TV show. We think we ought to conclude it from here now. What do you think?
Roger, sounds good, and this is the crew of Apollo 13. Wish everybody there a nice evening, and we're just about ready to close out our inspection of Aquarius and get back to a pleasant evening at Odyssey. Good night.